Hello everyone, welcome to the video. If you want to learn how to create a course landing page and actually create the course content and sell your course up on the internet, I'm going to show you how to create something exactly of what you're seeing here. I created a full free course tutorial on this YouTube channel to show you how you can create exactly what I've done here. So if you're ready to go ahead and get started and create something amazing, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a course from scratch and how to host that course and create a whole business around your course. The important thing about selling a course is that it could create a phenomenal amount of income for your business. And the very most important thing for this video is that this is going to be not only the simplest, but the easiest, most straightforward tutorial you've ever seen on the internet. And of course, as you know, we're going to be using rocketwebbuilder.com for our solution to build our course. And Rocket Web Builder is by far the best platform to create, upload, and host your course on. Rocket Web Builder is very, very flexible. You probably already know this by the time you're watching this. Very flexible platform. You can have a website that has blogs on there, courses, ebooks, products, files, video files, sound files. I mean, you name it, you can have it on there. Memberships. I mean, everything. Literally everything you could think about, you can create on Rocket Web Builder. With that being said, let's go ahead and begin by picking a template. For me, in my personal course that I plan on selling, I'm going to be going with the most simple template because I'm going to be scrapping the whole entire thing and I'm going to be starting from scratch. So I'm just going to use this template. Okay, so this template is called, let's go ahead and check, the Karina theme or the Karina template. And if we click over here and click view, you can see how basic and how simple it is. Nothing complicated about this. If I wanted something a little bit more complicated, I could pick other websites and other setups. But for me, once again, this is going to be very, very simple. My goal for this course is to create a landing page, a few other simple pages, such as a contact us page, maybe even a blog page, and then the actual course content page. So if you guys are with me, let's go ahead and get started creating this course. So first thing I'm going to do is, since I already have an account on this browser, I'm going to copy and paste my browser here link, and I'm going to paste it so I can actually get started. So I'm going to click Get Started, and once I click Get Started, I'm going to have to create an account. So let me go ahead and pause my screen, and you guys do the exact same thing and create an account on Rocket Web Builder. Okay, so as soon as you create your account, you're going to be sent to what we call the template page. Now, at this point, you really haven't created a template or selected a template, but before that, you have to give it a name. So I'm going to call this Fitness Course 3000 or 2000 rather, and I'm going to hit Submit, and that's going to be the name of my project or of my site. And notice I've already selected my course, or excuse me, my template, because remember, I selected it earlier in the beginning. And the first thing I get is I get a video showing me how to use this. Now, I already know how to use the software, and you guys will probably learn how to use this as we work, but I'm going to get rid of this for now. If you ever need to watch any videos or anything like that, and you need some information, go ahead and take your mouse and hover over to the left-hand side and click on this Help button. And this Help button can answer any question, have all the videos that you need, anything that you need will be presented right here. So if you have a question on something, you can easily search it and you will find the solution. All right. So without further ado, once again, as I've said, I'm pretty much going to scrap majority of the website. So I'm going to go over here, click on Pages, and the first thing I'm going to get rid of is the gallery. The gallery is not something I need whatsoever. In fact, if you guys want to see the gallery, I clicked on the view here, and this is how the gallery looks, okay? So I'm going to click X, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my pages here. So this is the Pages button on the left-hand side, and I'm going to hit the garbage can icon. And if I click yes, you will see that the gallery now is gone. If I ever want to add in a gallery for whatever reason, I can click add new, and the gallery will eventually show itself here, okay, for the future. Now, I have to delete more content here. So the first thing I'm going to delete is the download page. So this is the download page for the theme. I'm going to go over here and hit delete. And once again, the reason why I selected this theme or this template is because it's one of the most simple in the list, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click add new, and I'm going to create a page group. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this course content. Now, when I call this course content, what I'm really creating is a folder for me to know where my course pages or my course members area pages are going to be locked away. So effectively, if someone hasn't paid for the product, they cannot access it. So I'm going to click course content there, and notice how it's right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my products, and I'm going to check what kind of products actually exist. In this case, none of them exist. And I'm going to create a temporary product by creating a membership. I'll select membership, and I will select here course, or I'm actually going to title it fitness course, and I'm going to call this temporary. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm just setting a placeholder for my product. So let's just say I want to charge $9 a month for my fitness product or fitness course, and I'll hit subscription. And notice here how it tells me that I have to have a community store and above. So when I click upgrade, right, let me go ahead and hit save here, or let me actually go back. Let me hit discard so I can show you. When I click upgrade, I have to have a community store or above. So I have to have this plan or above to have a members area. So now what we're going to do is, after we've got rid of the things that we don't need here on the left-hand side, it's time to create the first page of the course. And this is going to be what we call the sales page. Anytime that you send people to this page, your intention is to sell the product on this page. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the Pages button, and we're going to click Add New. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to Page, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and close this, reload. I'm going to go ahead and once again click that again, Add New, Page, and there we go. We have our pages available to us. Now, what I'm going to do is, once again, I have a sales page. So there's a few places where I can create a sales page. The first page is I have my product page, which is where kind of you can sell a product. So notice how there's a lot of different templates here. And some of them are ideal for e-commerce stores. Some of them are ideal for different styles of landing pages. Some of them are input pages. I can go over here and click on landing page as well. You'll see some of them are similar, and some of them might be, copy overs, which is fine. And then we can go over here to membership/course. And these, once again, are very few of them that I would use, maybe like something like this. But let's go ahead and stay on task and on focus today. And I'm going to go over here to my product page, and I'm going to select one of my product pages to sell here. Now remember, the product that I'm selling is going to be a fitness type course, right? So a fitness type course. And now as I'm looking at here on these different kind of pages, I see different examples of pages that I can use. If there's something that catches your interest, go ahead and select it. I'm going to be selecting this page right here. So this page, if you go to product page and you scroll, let's just see how far you scroll. You scroll about, let's see, a little bit past halfway, and keep scrolling. Yeah, about 3/4 of the way or more, pretty much above this sneaker page, you have this page right here, the organic skin cream page. And we can go ahead and click preview, and we can see what this looks like. Now, this page is a very clean built page, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to add sections to it, but I'm also going to remove sections and remove images and replace them with my own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit select, and I'm going to give this page a title. And in my case, this is a sales page. So for what it is, I'm going to call it what the product is actually called. So in my case, I'm going to call this the Fitness Workout Coach course, right? So Fitness Workout Coach. That's going to be the name of the product. And that is simply what people will know the page as. And that's what I will know the page as. So I'm going to hit add. And notice here, I'm leaving the page on public because this is the page that people are going to see when I sell them the product. Now, notice as well how our header here is available to us right here. And this is what we call a plain page header. When I want people to come to my course, I do not want them to be distracted by any kind of typical links that would exist. So me personally, I would remove this, or I would hit hide when I'm trying to sell the products here. Now, if you notice, the reason why this is kind of hard to see, there is a header, is simply because the text is white. If I change this text to, like, let's say red, then you could start seeing the header emerge and the logo and all that kind of stuff. But I actually don't want a header. And the reason why, like I said, is because when I'm selling a course, I want people to be only focused on the content of the course. So remember, I'm hitting here hide. So this is the header and I'm hitting hide. And I'm going to hit save now. And so now we have essentially a kind of like a built out course page for us that we can go ahead and start editing. Now, keep in mind, I already have some of the content for my course, so I'm going to go over here and do the same thing and click Add New, and I'm going to add a new page. However, this page now is going to be a members area, or the course area. That's really the best way to say it. So if I click Membership/Course, these are the pages that represent some of the content type pages that I should use as a template. So what I'm going to do is I'm personally going to be going over this one, the first one. I'll hit select, and I'm going to call this content, okay? And when I'm calling this content, this is just a reference for me, and I'm going to go over here and click members only, okay? And if you notice, I don't actually have any member groups, so temporarily, I'm going to select basic members, I'm going to hit confirm, and I'm going to hit add. Now, this page right here, nobody will be able to access it unless they've paid for my product. And don't worry, we're going to create a product soon, but there's going to be a few things I need to change. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to contacts, and I'm going to create a members group that is not the basic group. I'm going to create a group here, and I'm going to call it paid course students, right? Paid course students, and I'm going to hit submit. Now, once again, this is information for me so that once somebody actually pays, their contact details is going to show up in this list. And I'm going to hit show groups, and I'm going to select this here. This is where I'm going to redirect pages, or people are going to be redirected after they log in. And I'm going to show you how they can log in, how they can enter their email, their name, or excuse me, their email and their password, so that after they pay for the product, they can actually access it. So here we have different pages. So I'm selecting the proper page. And if you notice, we did create a few pages. We have already a contact us page. We have a home page, which in this case says tour. And we have our fitness workout coach page, which is the sales page. And then finally, we have the content page. In my case, I'm going to take the content page, select it, and hit select because that's where I want people to show up. Now, you don't have to call this content. You can use, call it whatever you want just to remember what it's actually called so that when you go in and you make some changes into the future, you know what it's called. But this is the page where people actually access all the video content of my course. So now that that's created, I'm going to go over here into my builder once again, and I'm going to make some changes around. I'm going to change this page. Instead of tour, I'm going to call it home. And I'll also call this home. Now, it won't really matter because since it's the home page right now, right, and it's set as my home page, then it's not going to make too much of a difference, but this is for me to understand. And since it's the home page, I need to fix the SEO, and I'm going to call this the Fitness Workout Coach Program, okay? And I'm going to type in here like a little dash, right? And I'm going to type in the money sign, and I'm going to type in $9 per month. So this is the metadata, right? So this is my title, and I'm going to hit save here. And this is going to be edited later. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to keep it like this, but this is currently my home page. I'm absolutely going to change it. In fact, I'm actually going to go in and delete a lot of the different content here, and we're going to input new stuff in here. As I said earlier, I said we were going to scrap this and put in new content, but we're going to get rid of this right now. Hit yes. And remember, this is my header. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, and I'm not going to have a transparent header. I'm going to have a header that's in black so I can actually see what is going on. I'm going to hide it just for a second just so I can delete this, and then I'm going to show my header here. I'm going to select here, and I'm going to not place the header on top of content. So I want the header just the way it is, and I'm going to hit save. Now don't worry, if anything looks ugly, we're going to fix everything. We're going to hit add block here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a hero block. So I'll select this as my hero block. I'll move this up, which is kind of like the first thing people see. I'm also going to go with the white color just to be a little bit more balanced. I'll eventually add my logo soon. I'll hit here the add content as well. And after my hero, I'm going to have a call to action. So in my case, I'll have this call to action right here. And once again, things will change, so it's not going to look like this forever. And then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to create an empty block so I can have my blogs here. And I'm going to set it up into 3 columns. And I'm also going to set it up in a resize container full width. So I want to reach the left and the right. I'm going to delete the Contact Us section because the Contact Us section is going to have its own page, so there's no reason for that. And I'm going to move this upward, okay, as it once was up here. Let's go ahead and move this as it once was, like I said, and we're going to delete this, and we're going to move this one down. So I'll go here to block, or container rather, column, and just move this downward. So notice here how it says negative 125. I'm going to move it to 0, and I'm going to have it in aligning the content to the middle of the column, and I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to hit the column button, move it to the right hand side, keep it at the middle so that nothing is encroaching on what's right here. Okay, so once that's taken care of, I'm going to hit save. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this menu, and I'm going to delete this button. And once again, we're going to have reasons behind everything. This is what we have as the header. I'm going to hit save here. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a logo for my header. So the way I do this is essentially my logo. I can hit here settings, and I can click image logo. And I can actually add a image logo. So really quick, I'm going to pause my screen. I'm going to have my logo created, and I'll be right back. Okay, so behind the scenes, I just had my logo created. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my add folder, and I'm going to type this brand images, right? So I'm creating a new folder, and this is where I'm going to put things like logos, maybe even some other type of branding type stuff that really doesn't come to mind at the moment, but my logo is going to fit there for sure. So I'm dragging and dropping my logo there. The logo is going to be uploaded in about a second. There we go, and I'm going to hit select. And there we go, my logo fits right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm slimming out the header. I definitely don't want it to be this big, and that's a decent size for my header. I can also make the logo a little bit smaller, so something like this is perfectly fine. Doesn't have to be too big. And I'm going to make everything in this banner a little bit smaller in just a minute. However, I'm going to go ahead, click save here, and now I have a logo. Now, once I've created my logo, it's time to actually think about what my content is going to be, because before I can create my homepage truly and create my sales page, right, which is this page right here, before I can go too deep into this, I need to actually upload my content. So here is my course content page. And it's good that I have my header showing in my course content page, because just in case if somebody needs to contact me or anything like that, they can easily do that, which we will add that information here in the header menu soon. But first thing we're going to focus on is our actual content. So what I'm going to do is I'm personally going to pull my content from a YouTube channel that I have here that is pretty much brand new, where I have some fitness videos uploaded. In fact, I have a lot of them. I have a lot of fitness videos here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few of them to give you guys an example of how to set this up. Okay? So I'm going to take, for example, a video like this. I'm click get the shareable link. And by the way, you do not have to use YouTube. I simply am, but you do not have to. You can use Vimeo. You can use any kind of site you want to pull your videos from if you want to use video. If you create your own video, then you can put them to YouTube and then put them here. It just depends on how you want to do it. And all you have to do is paste the video source link here. So I'm going to paste my video source link here, and I'm going to remove the current thumbnail. So notice this is the exact video that I once had, okay, that I just selected. And I'm going to title this page, right? I'm going to title this Bodyweight, or I'm going to section Bodyweight exercises, okay? And let me go ahead and actually and now that I go ahead and I give this the title, I'm going to click save. I'm going to go over here to global styling. I want to edit my fonts very quickly. Hit add fonts, and I'm going to go with the Oswald font right here. And I'm going to go with Oswald 500, hit confirm. And then what I'm going to do is refresh the page, and I'm going to go over to global styling again. Text styling, heading 1 will be Oswald, heading 2 will be Oswald, heading 3 will be Oswald for me, heading 4 will be Oswald. And once again, this is just the font that I personally like for my website. I feel like it's a little bit more professional. And there we go. I'm going to hit confirm. So now that that's confirmed, you can see here the font on my video page changed, all right, which is perfectly fine. And this page, because this is starting off with the bodyweight exercises, this is course content page. And notice how we created a course content folder earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this page to the correct folder. So I'm going to click on the settings here, and I'm going to hit show settings. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on choose page group or add page group, and I'm going to select the course content page group and hit save. Okay, so once I do that, notice I have a pages section, which should be for all my public pages. And then here I have a section for my hidden membership area pages, or my course pages that I don't want to give to the common people, the access, right? I want to give only access to people who paid for it. So here I have my course content, and this is the course content page, or the first one of its kind. And since I have here a section which serves as a menu, I'm going to change the category title, and I'm going to call the category title here Bodyweight, right? Exercises. Let me go ahead and type that in there. Exercises, bodyweight exercises. All right. And I'm going to hit save. And what we're going to do here is this is the diamond push-up. And I'm going to see in my video list, do I have any more? So body weight, we have diamond push-ups. Maybe we don't have that much more. But first thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to take all my videos and I'm going to set them to a visibility unlisted. So I'm going to unlist them, and I'm going to hit update videos. It will go ahead and take its time to do that, and it should hopefully leave the draft. But anyways, here's another example of a bodyweight exercise. This is an ab wipers video, right? So I'm going to take this, I'm going to select the visibility. No, it's not made for kids. Unlist, hit save. And once again, this is just my personal video. You can grab yours wherever you decide to create your own video content. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to click here, and I'm going to actually grab the link, right? So the link is right here. And now I'm going to go back to my course page, and I'm going to add another video. So right under this one, I'll add another video. And the way I'm going to do that is hit the widget button, right? So I'm increasing the widgets here, the widget size, or hitting the plus widget, and I'm going to look for the video icon, which is right here. And I'm just going to click, drag, and drop, just like that. And I'm going to paste the video link. And notice here, there we go. It pops up. I'm going to delete this button because I don't need any buttons here since this is course content. And I'm going to hit save. Okay, so this is the bodyweight exercises section. And here we will delete this text underneath it. Okay, and we can always add more text if we want, but this is just a basic level for the course. Okay, and I'm going to create a little space between the two, and I'm going to hit save. So now that that's taken care of, this page is called just simply content, but we're going to add more content than this. So I'm going to call this the bodyweight exercises, and I'm going to write here content, just like that. Now this is for me, for my information. The SEO information, which is not really SEO because once again it's not going to be a public page, I'm going to go ahead and hit save there as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this exact page and I'm going to copy it. So I'm going to hit duplicate. And once I hit duplicate, this allows me now to create weighted exercises, right? So I'm going to go over here and click weighted exercises. And I'm creating like little different categories for my pages. So I'm going to go back to my YouTube channel, which holds my videos, and I'm going to find the proper videos that I personally want. So I'll go ahead, hit reload here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a video like this, which is a barbell bench press, right? I'm going to grab the link of the video, and once I go ahead and grab that link, I'm going to copy and go over here, and once again, this is the proper page now, and I'm going to hit edit video and just change out the link, just like that, all right? And then what I'm going to do is do the exact same thing here. So let's see what's another one. We have barbell curls, right? So I'll go over here, hit no, it's not made for kids, unlist, and hit save. Now, some of you might be asking me and might be thinking in your head, well, on my course, I don't want people to know it's YouTube where I uploaded it. You don't have to upload from YouTube. You can upload from anywhere else. All you have to do is just paste the link of the video in here or the code of the video. And that's why it says right here, or the custom code to embed. You don't have to just put the URL, okay? So the reason why my YouTube information shows is because I'm uploading directly from YouTube. You don't have to do that. You can go ahead and upload it from whatever other site you want to, okay? So now that that's taken care of, I'm going to take the weighted exercises section here and I'll paste it here, okay? And I'm actually going to create a menu on this page and I'll duplicate it and paste it in my other page. So I have a section for bodyweight exercises. I have a section for weighted exercises. And what I could do is I could turn it itself into a menu. So I could delete this and I can delete this menu. And I could put these together and make them their own menu. And the way I'll do that is I just hyperlink the text. So bodyweight exercises is for the bodyweight exercise page, right? So I can take this, I can hit the link button, and I can look for the page group of course content, and I can look for the first one, not the second one, but the first one, and I will hit select, okay, bodyweight exercises, and hit save. And just to confirm, I need to change the name of this page, because this page, which is the weighted exercises, is different than this page, right? They're going to have two different sources of content. So I'm going to click here. I'm just going to copy the title of this page that I put here, and I'm going to hit the settings button, or excuse me, I'm going to hit pages, then settings, then show settings, and then I'm going to change the name of this page, just like that, because I need to know what page is which, okay? And I'll change the URL handle to the same thing and hit save. Okay, so now we have the bodyweight page and the exercises page, or the weighted and the bodyweight page, right? Now I'm going to, let's just say, delete this, and delete this button right here. And now I'm starting to build my menu. So I'm going to hit save here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a couple more videos just so that these pages are a little more stacked up. The more categories you have, you're going to repeat the process by duplicating the page, right? And then changing out the videos and adding in the proper links and changing in the page title name. So let me go back here to YouTube and let me select, for example, this Arnold Press video that I have. I'm going to go here, visibility, unlisted, hit save, and there we go. I'm going to copy the video link, and I'm going to go here, hit add widget. I'm going to go to my video widget, paste the title, or excuse me, the URL, and there we go. We have the video. Drag it and drop it. A little bit extra space. Let's keep 29 pixels in between, 28 to 29 pixels in between each video. Hit save, okay? And the reason why it says invalid request is because the page URL is different, so I'll hit reload, okay? And then I'll just go ahead and repeat that process. Go to video, paste it here, and there we go. So let's leave this at 31 pixels. Let's leave this here, this gap here at 31 pixels and hit save. There we go, it's updated. Now we'll go back to our Bodyweight page and see if we could just add one more video to our Bodyweight page and take a look here. So we have, let's see what we got. So diamond push-up, we have the alternate leg raise. There we go. This is a good one. We'll hit not made for kids, unlisted, save, okay? And we will hit copy, and we'll go over here, and we will paste the video here. So let's go to our videos and paste the video here, and add the URL, and once again, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to create a little bit of a context behind what's in here. So I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to delete this, and I'm actually going to add in some text. And the text is just for me to create hyperlinks down the future. So on this bodyweight exercise page, I have diamond push-ups, ab wipers, alternate leg raise. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to type in diamond push-ups. Okay. I'm going to type in ab wipers, and I'm going to type in alternate leg raise. Okay? And those are examples of the exercises. I'll hit save. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this element, I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to delete this element. I'm going to delete this element. I'm going to delete this element. I'm going to delete this here, and now I'm going to hit save. Now, once again, my copied element is saved in the saved element blocks. If I ever need to access it, I just simply click, drag, and drop, and it will be the exact same text as here. And guess where I'm going to put it? On the other page. So I'm going here to my other page. Let me go ahead and hit refresh here so I can access it. And then I'm going to click the text in the copied section, drag it and drop it. And there we go. Now we have a list of those exercises that belong here. And so I'll do the exact same thing. I'll go here, take it, drag it and drop it, and paste it here. But now I'm going to reword what's listed here. So in this case, I have barbell bench press, barbell curls, Arnold press. So I'll type in here, barbell bench press. We're going to type in barbell curls, and then I'm going to type in here Arnold press. Okay, and there we go. And paste that there. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want my people to know, my customers to know, what are they seeing when they click on this link here for the pages. I want them to know what videos exist in there, what content, what curriculum, if you will. So I'll take this text, I'll hit link, and I'm going to link it to the proper page. So this is the proper page, the bodyweight exercise page. I'll hit select, and there we go, it's linked. And I'll do the same thing here, and I will link this to go to the right course content page, and I will select here. So whenever somebody is viewing the course, and if they click this link here, it will take them there. Does that make sense? So when somebody clicks on it, they'll be going to this page, right? So they'll go into this page. For now, I'm going to take this copy, 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 and copy. I'm copying my widgets. And once I go over to the first page, those widgets are not here. I'm going to copy them here. So I have my heading. Let's go ahead and paste the heading. This is the weighted exercises heading. And I have text that should go right there, right? These are the list for the weighted exercises. And then I have my other heading with the text underneath it. So you see how this is starting to build out. And so this is some of that course content that I have here. And what I'm going to do is, since this is taken care of, you can see here I'm going to hit add block, and I'm just going to click on empty block, and I'm going to move this upwards, and I'm going to give it a name. So I'm going to put my title of the course, and I'll just write here the fitness coach workout program. I believe that's what we titled it. Okay, and I'll hit here the center text, and I'll just make this a little bit bigger just so that it could fit across the screen, just something like that, and add some size to our page. So now that that's created, okay, we have now 2 pages of course content that are fully taken care of. Of course, I can sit there and add more, but you get the point. Let's go ahead for good measure, and just to make sure you understand how to do all of this, let's create a third category to our site. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to pages, and I'm going to hit duplicate. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to hit duplicate. I'm going to hit yes. Now this page is duplicated. I'm going to change what it is. So this says weighted exercises. I'm going to change here, and I'm going to type in leg exercises. Okay, and I'm going to hit save. Now remember, this course page, just like the others, are for member access only. If I try to preview this page by clicking the preview button, it will not show. This is the login. And this is exactly what customers are going to use to access the course content. Okay? So now that we're on this page, it's time to make some changes. So I have to find some leg exercises, right? Some leg workouts. So we have the cable squat here. Let's go ahead and take this. Or this is a cable squat bicep curl. Let's leave that alone. Let's do something a little more simple. So this is a dumbbell reverse lunge. We'll take this. We will hit copy on the link, and we're going to change out some of these links. Just make sure we're on the right page. Yep, we're on the right page. And just for the sake of it, let's change this. Instead of weighted exercises, we'll change this to leg exercises. And I'll drag one of these headings down here, and I will start curating that list. So I'll write leg exercises, and I will unlink it, because I will have to link it to the proper page by going over here. Or rather, let me just go ahead and save my progress before we even do this, and go over here and change the first video. So I'll go over here, type in my video link, and there we go. We have the first video. I'm going to refresh the page, and I'm going to add some text down here. And I'm going to title what this is. So in my case, it is the dumbbell reverse lunges, just like that. And I'm going to hit save. Now what I'm going to do is head over to my website settings, page SEO. I just need to get to here. And instead of my bodyweight exercises, I'm going to take this. I'm going to type in leg exercises. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to paste it here, but just because I need to know what I'm doing, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste a couple more videos. So I'll go back here, dumbbell reverse lunge. We have the barbell deadlift, which potentially could be for legs. So I'll go ahead and hit unlist. I'll hit save, and I will grab the video link, right? and I'll go over here, I'll hit edit video and paste the new link, just like that, and hit save. And we will do that one more time. Let's go ahead and grab the thrusts. Let's hit no, not made for kids. Video unlisted, save. And let's go ahead and click the video link and go over here, hit edit, and hit paste. Okay, so these are 3 leg workout videos. Okay, so now that we did that, let's go ahead and continue with this list. So we have the barbell deadlift. I'll add this here. Barbell deadlift video. And we have the barbell hip thrust video. Okay. Video. All right. And there we go. I'll hit save. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this section and I'm going to hit edit here and I'm going to hyperlink this button to the right page. So we're going to go over to our pages group, course content, look for the leg exercises page, and then hit select. And there we go. And I'll hit save. So now that that's taken care of, okay, I can go over here to the first page. And first of all, let me actually copy this element. So I'll hit copy here. And I will go back to the first page. I'm going to go to my copied element list and just drag and drop what was once there and what I wanted to be copied. So once again, notice how the fitness list is increasing. And what I actually want to do is I want to add the image here of our logo just to keep branding the business, okay, and make things look as clean as possible. I'll move this like that. And you can see here the full-on list, fitness coaching program. We'll go ahead and add our image here of this. We'll add the logo once again, hit select. Might be a little bit overkill, but it's just an option to make our business look a little bit more professional. And I'm going to go ahead and head over to the weighted exercises page and complete that page as well by adding in our image. I actually should have copied the image. That's truthfully what I should have done. And I might as well just copy it here. Okay, so something like that. Make sure they're the right size. Copy it. Place it here. Which actually should be... Let's actually copy the list here first. So I'll go to heading. Copy my heading. And I will go to text. Copy my text. And there we go. Hit save. I will create my empty block. I will add in, or I will move it upwards. And then I will save. And then I will copy. I'll go to this other page where I had it here. And I will copy both of these elements. Go to the page once again. And let's go ahead and go to the copied page, image, and heading. Just like that. And I will decrease the size of this. And there we go. And then let's head over to one more page. Let's go over here, scroll down, hit empty block, and take this here, heading, and image, just like that. Move this upwards. And there we go. So our course content is taken care of. It's all completed at this point. So we can always add more categories, but you get the concept. So now that that's taken care of, our course content is fully completed. Now it's time to work on our actual homepage and our fitness sales page. So here we have our homepage. Let's head over to the homepage. And what we do is we want to start showcasing our product for sale. So I'm going to go over here to block, and I'm going to look for different blocks that I can add that help me represent what the website is supposed to essentially offer. That's really what it's supposed to be. And I'm going to go over here and go to things like galleries and see what it offers here. Let's see what it takes a look. We have all kinds of different images. We have a video section. So if I want to add testimonials, I can do that. And that's something I should do. I am going to go over here and, take a look at this, edit video, custom thumbnail. I could use an image directory, by the way. So for example, let's just say this is a section that I'm going to begin by adding our testimonials to our product. If you have video testimonials, you should absolutely use this section. And what you're going to do is you're going to add your videos here, the same way we did before. I personally am going to use this as a template just to show you guys how to build this. So I'm going to personally remove custom thumbnail here and click on this. And I'm going to click add new folder, and I'll type in testimonial images, just like this. Go over here, and I like my stuff organized, so I'm going to click image directory, and I will search for a fitness picture, so like something fitness related. And so let's say, for example, we're going to use this image as a testimonials picture, and I will hit select. Okay, and that image is now importing into our file list, and there we go. And so let's name this person John Henry. Okay, and then we're going to go over here, edit video. We're going to hit select on the image, testimonial images. We're going to hit image directory, and we'll type in fitness once again, and we'll select, let's say, this picture here, or actually this picture is probably better, and just because it's fitness, more fitness related as opposed to like yoga. And we'll name this person Carly Ray. Okay, and so essentially if somebody was to click on these, they would be videos. Now we're going to let the AI do the work and create an actual testimonial for us, where I'll click AI here, I'll hit generate, and I'll write fitness girl or woman testimonial for the fitness coach workout program. And I'll hit copy, and I will hit submit. And the reason why I'm copying it, because I'll copy the same prompt for here. So this is, there you go. You could read it. The AI wrote this. It says, I can't thank my fitness coach enough for the amazing workout program. It has truly transformed my life. The personalized plan has helped me reach, blah, blah, blah. I could sit there and read it all day, but you get my point. So we're going to italicize it. We're going to center align. I just like my text center aligned, and there we go. So I'm going to hit edit here, and I will hit center align here as well. So you could see how this is starting to look like videos. In your case, guys, if you guys are watching this, you would want to put real testimonials here, of course. This is just an example, okay? So here, I'm going to hit generate text. I'm going to paste the same thing, but instead of women's, I'm going to type in men's, and I'm going to hit submit, okay? And then, boom. Cannot recommend program enough. I can actually take this and change the tonality. So I can type in improve, and it has kind of changed the text, right? I'm going to say this. I'm just going to edit something here. I'll type in this, programs, expertise and guidance. There we go. And this will be center aligned. So I'll edit here. I'll hit center align, and there we go. So the testimonials section is pretty much taken care of. Let's just add some text here, and let's just type in testimonials, and let's move this down. So this is a whole column. We've done this before, but column, and we're going to move it downward just like that. And same thing here, column downward, center align, and center align this as well. Okay, now this should actually be somewhere here, or here rather, I apologize. It should be right there. And we can actually, this is a section here. I'm going to type in testimonials. You guys can title it reviews, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to type in here. I'm going to leave this kind of the way it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the font pretty dramatically. And I'm going to create a space between the actual video content and the text. And I'm going to put a little text under it. And I'm going to say testimonials for the fitness coach workout program, just like this. And as I'm thinking, how do I want this set up? I will use colors white, black, and gold. That will be the colors that I'm going to be using. Actually, let's use white, black, and blue. How about that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my global styling. I'm going to go to my color palette, and I'm going to change this to a black color, and I'm going to change my secondary color to this blue, change it to this blue, change it to this blue, and then I'm going to use, let's say, a gold color code here. Let's see what we can kind of derive from this. Let's keep that. That's the gold I like. And we'll hit save. So you can see how it's starting to be put together here. And now that that's taken care of, let's go ahead and handle our menu. So I'm going to click here, header, add header widget. And mind you guys, the whole course section is pretty much complete. Obviously, we still have to create the product identity. We have to do all those things, but I'm going to hit a menu, and I'm just going to add some pages. So the first thing I'm going to do is, obviously, we have our home page, which is hyperlinked to our logo, so I don't need that. We have our Contact Us page, so I'll hit Select, and I will title this Contact Us. I'll leave it in all capitals. I will also click on the Fitness Workout Coach. This is going to be the sales page. So I'm going to add that, but once again, we want it in all caps. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to just hit Edit Styling, and then I'm going to go over here and click Make All Menu Items Capital, and I'm going to select here the Oswald font, and there it is. I'm going to hit Edit Menu, and I'm going to move the Fitness Workout Coach above, and then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to add our blog as a menu item as well, and I'm going to hit Select, and there we go, and I'm going to move the blog above the Contact Us page. So notice how it's starting to look there. I'm going to hit Edit Styling. I'm going to increase my font size ever so slightly, and I'm going to remove the dividers that fit right there. So notice the dividers, that's how it looks with the dividers. I'm removing it. There we go. Okay, so let me go ahead and hit Save. Now that that's taken care of, all right, we're just creating examples on, once again, on how you can design this, but here would be our ideal blog sections. We'll go ahead and add some blogs later into the video lessons, but let's go ahead and work on some selling points for our, I guess you could say, our course here. So this is a great section right here to sell the course, this block here. So once again, all you have to do is click Add Block, look for the proper block you want to use, and this is one that I'll use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Add Widget, and I'm going to click on Icon Section, and I'm going to drag and drop, just like this. And I'm going to copy a couple of these, all right? So let me go ahead and pick the wrong one, Icon Section, do it again, and then one more. There we go. And I'm going to delete this image here, and I'm going to move this forward. I'm going to move this forward and move this forward. Okay, so this is effectively my front page or my hero. And I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to delete this for now. If I ever need it, I'll bring it back. But you can see kind of how this is starting to look. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write here, I'm going to tell the AI, generate a title for the Fitness Coach Workout Program. And I'll hit submit. I have one in my mind, but it says transform your body with our fitness workout coaching program, achieve your health goals today. That's actually pretty good. So I'll hit plus here, and I'll just drag this and drop this because it's so long, and I'm going to center align this. So I'll highlight, center align, there we go. And here is what I'm going to have as the benefits, if you will, right? So, or the features rather. So here we'll type in daily workout videos. We'll have let's say over 300 plus daily workout videos. Here we will have our text for, I got to delete this. I'll kind of copy this over. And I will title this Easy Fitness Routine Created for You, just like that. And meal planning and nutrition guidance. So just like that as well. And what I'm going to do is this image is going to have to change. But let me go ahead and first hit the, I want the icons to be a little bit different. I personally want them to be like a bluish color, like the one we selected earlier. So something like these blues. Something like this. And we could actually switch the icon to, let's say, like a fire. Kind of like, yeah, kind of like this. This is pretty good. We'll have this one as a muscle icon. I think it just works well with the written text. Or like a flex. Let's search. I know we have a flex here. I'll just have to search it with my own eyes. It's like an arm flex kind of emoji. Let's see. Arm flex. Let me type in arm. Let's see what happens here. Let me type in M. See, could be in the letter M. Just bear with me, guys, as I find this here. Okay. This one is good, the dumbbell one. There we go. That's fine. And I'll hit save. There was a lot of icons there. I just don't want you guys to be waiting around for too long. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to click edit here. And I'm going to, instead of say start your free trial, I'll have it say join for $9. Something like that. And I'll actually edit the way this looks. So text styling, let's go with Oswald. And let's have this be in all capitals. So I'll retype this. Join for just $9. And for the icon, let's go with a arrow. And we'll keep it as a right arrow and we'll move it to the back. So something like this. And what we will do is hit save. Obviously, we can improve this. But let's just keep this the way it is. And what we're going to do very quickly is we'll click course content here. We'll select this bodyweight exercises section. And we'll make this into video format. And I'll take a picture of this. And I want to add it in like a mockup. So actually, let me go into settings real quick. Let me go into page SEO. And let's take this off of members only for a second. Let's hit public just so I can be able to take my picture freely. So I'll take it like this. I'll hit the iPhone button and I will copy it kind of like that. Just like this. I'll hit X here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the screen and I'm going to create a graphic real quick for our fitness workout where basically the image will fall into like an iPhone type image. So let me go ahead and pause the screen real quick. Okay, so we got our graphic completed. So I'm going to hit edit image here and I'm going to upload more brand images. So I'll click upload file and I'll select the proper file that I want to add. And the proper file for me is just a picture of an iPhone with some of the videos in it. Now, I think this file is actually a little bit too big. So let me click on it real quick. And let me go to my downloads. And let me actually make it a little bit smaller. I know I uploaded it already, but I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So I'll make it about 2,000 pixels instead of what it once was. Make it a little bit smaller, let it upload a little bit faster. And let's go ahead, hit upload here and select the proper file. And just give it a second and just get rid of the first one, okay? And just, kind of get working here. So there we go. We have the new one uploaded, and I'm going to change the color of the background based on what this actual color is. So in my case, I already know what color the background is, or that background should be for me. So I'll just go ahead and grab it from my other software here. So let me go ahead and minimize this, and I will firstly select the, get rid of this real quick, go over here and select the proper color. So I'll hit copy, get rid of this, hit paste, and that is my proper color, And what we're going to do is I'm going to squeeze this in a bit, right? Make it kind of centered. And you can kind of now see what this ideally will look like. I can move this downward just a little bit, okay? Kind of like this, but I need the whole column to shift down. So I can shift it down kind of like that. And that's pretty much close to perfect. So I'll go ahead and save, and you can kind of see what this will look like. And if I really, really want to, I can set this background color as an overlay. So I can sit here as an overlay. And then what I could do is I can click image, and I can look for a fitness bodybuilder type image for my background, right? And that will create a couple things. Obviously, I would have to do some work on the original image, but you kind of get the point of as to how it would look. It just creates some more character for the image. You'll kind of see how it will look in just a second. But it will kind of require us to make some changes to the site, and that's no problem. We just want it to look a little bit more professional. So let's give it a second here as it imports. Let's give it some time. Check my phone as we're speaking here. And it should upload soon. Okay, let's see. Let me go ahead and select here, see if it's in the downloaded. It is in the download, so downloaded twice. I'll hit select. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a cover the whole area section, just like that. We're going to have to go back to the drawing board on this picture. So let me pause the screen and get that handled. Okay, so we have the proper image now. I'll hit edit image, I'll hit select. I'll delete this first of all. Go to my branded images, delete this one, and hit upload, and select now the new one. And hopefully I selected the right one. We'll see. Only time will tell. It will take about a second to figure out. And I'll just hit select. So while it loads, I'll hit save, and it should be there any second. But as that's kind of working, I'll change the colors of this now since we're changing the approach of the site. But you could already see how it's coming together. I'll hit reload, and the image should be there. Yep, bingo, it's right there. Okay, and we'll do the same thing here. So I'll take this, and I will change the color here. I know this was not really expected of a change, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, let me go ahead and select save, and we're going to change up the colors here, right, just like this. Change this up here and select this. And now for the button here, let's go over here and edit styling and click on shadow, outer shadow, and we will make the shadow the same blue color we started off with earlier. Actually, you know what? Let's go with a button color blue. So button color blue, and of course you got the hover, and I'm going to center align this as well. And that looks pretty decent for now. I'm just going to take this. I'm going to select here some text that needs to be written. So I'll go over here and get rid of this, and I'll hit generate text, and I'll say this is a text feature for the feature of 300 plus daily workout videos. Sell the concept. And I'm going to just copy this and hit submit. I always copy the prompt that I give the AI because the whole point is to sell. It says, with our extensive library of over 300 daily workouts, you can say goodbye to workout boredom. Okay, none of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten this by first deleting some garbage because, you know, the AI likes to type a lot. It's SEO programmed. So with new videos added regularly, we can delete that. And that's, you know, not bad. I could always expand it, but you get the point. And I'm going to go over down here, and I'm going to hit the AI button, and I'll hit shorten because I do want it to be shorter. Okay. This section here, so our diverse range of workouts suits all. I'll just end it at that. Okay. Suits all levels. And then what I'm going to do is just, you know, improve on the color. So I can make the color white. Let's see how it looks. And, you know, that works. Okay. I'll do the same as here. Fitness routine created for you. And I'll say expand text feature for fitness custom fitness routine. Okay. Sell the concept. Hit submit. The AI will take literally a second to write it down. And I will take all of this, get rid of it, leave this text here. Okay. And hit the text color button, make it white, and there you go. And then here it says meal planning and nutrition guidance. I will go ahead, do the exact same thing, literally. And I will say custom meal planning. Let the AI write that for me. Hit submit. And boom. Okay. Custom meal planning and personal service that takes the guesswork out of eating healthy by tailoring meal plan by individual needs and preferences. All right. There we go. Offering custom meal planning. Okay. And we will highlight this and make this a white color. Once again, these things can always change. You can change them at any time. But this is just a good example of what we can do. And we can set the overlay to be kind of like a dark black. Okay. And it's really not that bad. All right. So it's pretty good. So now what we could do later is change these logos to like New York Times, fitness stuff. Obviously, you want to show where you're featured. So if you're featured on somebody's YouTube channel, or if you're you have an article written about you, whatever, take the logos of those businesses, put them here. And then what we're going to do is I'm actually going to get rid of this right for now, and I'm going to hit save. And we're going to take this same concept, and we're going to have to build out the actual page here. So as much graphics as we can get for our actual information or on our product, that would be ideal. And I will take the time. I'm going to have to pause my screen and actually start creating some graphics for that. So I'll go ahead and take the time to do that now. All right, guys. So I'm working on some content here. I've already created this GIF kind of playing thing right here, which is basically just to show that the videos are on demand, accessible at any time. And yes, by the way, I will improve the overall look and feel, but this is what I'm working on so far. So I'm adding a section here just to show the different kinds of content. So for example, I'll be adding something like this, and I want to keep my images / videos the same size frame, and I don't want to have to like edit each and every one. So I'm just taking one of them and then copying them over a few times over, right? So that they're all the same size. And then what I'll do is I'll just kind of snap the different clip on there. So I'll go hit edit image here, select the right one. So I'll select something like this. And notice I don't have to change the size or anything like that. It matches the one above it. I'll do the same thing here. Pick something like this here. Okay. And there we go. Hit edit here. Select this one. And pick the, let's see, pick something like this. Right. That's perfect. And then go here. And then finally select a video like this. I think this video is a little not ideal because the model is far away, and this was one of our many videos that we recorded. So I'm gonna pause the screen and just replace this video real quick. All right, there we go. So I got the proper video that I wanted to get now, and this is gonna be pretty decent because these are kind of like these clips that you could see that they're automatically running for my landing page. And my goal is to try, my very best to make some decent landing pages. They don't have to be perfect, but at least to start, and then reiterate in the future. So let's go ahead and work a little bit here. Ideally, this would be a product image or a shot here of the application or the course itself on the inside. And then this would be, just a section to promote. Now, what I would do in certain things like this is I could add different backgrounds and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create some backgrounds real quick that I could paste as a background type image. Okay, so I just created my background kind of file, and I'm going to rename it here to background, and I'm going to try my best to apply it to the site, and I'm putting it in my other section right here. So I'll add this in my other folder. I'll add the image in my folder, and this is an SVG image, so it's not as pixelated. It looks a little cleaner when you go onto the actual site. And I could play around with how I want it presented. So right now it's on repeat. I could cover the whole area, I could have it on contain within the bounds, which I actually like this setting. I could have it on no repeat. I could have it on repeat horizontally. I could have it on repeat vertically. So it depends on how I want to present it. But right now I'm going to leave it on cover the whole area. Actually, yeah, cover the whole area is good. Just like that. Actually, you know what? Let's change it. Let's change it to contain within the container bounds. This is not that bad. I'm going to go over here and click on the block, or hover over the block section. Resize the container. We'll go with full width. Let's see how that looks. And then we'll make this video smaller. Right? So just kind of decreasing it like this, which is not too bad. We'll go over here once again. Let me set up the settings, and let's see what we could do here with this section. Container over the whole area. That sounds, I don't know. I'm trying to make it look somewhat decent. That's good. We'll leave it like this. This looks pretty decent. All right. So once we have this section, this is almost one section that I could pretty much say is almost finished, right? One section of the website. And the whole goal of this part right here is just to reflect that it's video-based content, right? And we'll have here some text. So this is going to be separated, like there's a little bit of a gap. And we have some text written here through it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to underline it just for some effects. Underline, make it bold even. And let's see. Did we apply the underline? No, we did not. Or did we? Now we did. Okay, so we're going to have to edit that right here. So we're going to go to global styling. we're going to go to website layout. First of all, let's increase the width a little bit larger, just like this. Hit confirm. What we're going to do here is we're going to go to our, I believe, global styling, right? So we can play on the colors. We're going to go to text, underline, text links. We're going to underline with blue. So anything that's is a link that is text-based, it will be underlined. And we're going to make this blue as well. And we're going to take this and just create a small little gap for our underline to appear. So now you guys can kind of see it. And I can make this segment actually a little bit darker, kind of to match the text that is in the actual image. So I'll just kind of drag this slightly down, slightly downward, and there we go. Okay. Let me go ahead and actually change that back because this is kind of a little bit not the optimal color. So I could always go back and fix this, but we'll leave that the way it is. All right, let's hit save. So one section of the site completed. Let's go ahead and set this part up, quality content for your guidance. Quality content, here we have anytime, any place, anywhere. Your mobile personal trainer, that takes care of it. This segment kind of shows the types of workouts, and you could tell that it's male and female here. So sometimes you don't even need to state text, right, in your landing page. You guys can design, once again, your landing page how you want. I'm going to go over here. I'm actually going to add a block, actually, and we'll go with, let's see what we can go with. We can go with a few things here. Let's see what we got. We got videos, video section. We got text. Okay, so I want something like this. And I want to get almost like an icon section type. So I'll look through here. This is good. And what we'll do with this is we will take this. We'll hit add block. We'll go with an empty block here. We'll go with something. We're going to go with a background here, like some sort of image type background. I don't know how yet, but we'll figure it out. And I'll just copy this and make this into 3. So I'm segmenting it, 3 segments, and it's got to be 33% here and 33% in these 2. So that's pretty much close to perfect. Yep. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take out these little spacers. And I believe, yep, taken care of. So now what I'm going to do is that section that I just copied, I'm going to apply one here, apply here, and apply here. Okay? So if the text is going to be dark, the idea is with this block and this block, it should be light, right? So light colored. So whether it be white with blue or whatever the case may be. So this should be blue font. We'll make it blue here. This should be blue font as well. And truthfully, I could have just copied it over. Just, copied this over once. But my mistake. But anyways, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the icons. I'll edit my icons here. And first thing we'll search for is like an apple, like this, and change the color of it. So let's go with a blue. Then this one, we'll search for a weight scale icon. So I'll hit edit icon. We'll type in weight scale. And then here, we'll type in maybe health. Let's see what they got for health here. Let's say fitness, maybe. Or we could type in muscle, arm, flex, hand, maybe. Hand. Nope, it's definitely not in the hand section. Let's see here. I guess we're just going to have to look through. A lot of different icons here that could apply. Or we could just type in life, health, or heart. Let's type in heart, and let's see what we get. So we have this one, this one, this one. There we go. We'll use this icon. And we will play with the colors once again. So edit styling, icon color will be this blue here. This, we're going to go with the blue here as well. Okay. That's perfect. And what I will do here is I'm going to start writing text. So we'll say meal planning, achieve weight goals, improve health. Okay. So these are a mix of benefits and features. We can work on the text later. We can always improve that part later. And what we'll do is we'll jump down to something like this. And here we'll add pre-built workout plans. And then we're building off of that. So we'll say ease of use, worry free, and worry free, easy access. Okay. And then we'll have a picture here of the product. And we're going to have something. We're going to have something that shows product price. But essentially, we'll have something here where we can do parts of the application of the course. So you could see here the course, we're working on this landing page, right? And a lot of the times when you're doing stuff like this, you have to think like, what are the questions that people are going to ask based on the product? So one of the good things that you can do is we can add a frequently asked questions section. So I'll go over here and I will go to we have the opt-in menu, checkouts, galleries. We could actually just create one from scratch. So we'll go over here. Something like, I want something pretty empty. Okay, never mind. I'll just go with an empty container, empty block here. And then I'll just take this and I'll click accordion, right? That'll be our frequently asked questions section. And what we're going to do is we're going to separate this into 3 segments. Take this here, widen it here, widen it here. And that's about where we need to be. Let's see. 79% or 10% rather. 10%. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. This is going to be a frequently asked questions section. So we'll go here. FAQs. Okay, center align. So that'll be one section here. Create this little gap. And this is a second checkout page, or not a checkout page, but this is a second checkout. We're going to have 2 buttons that prompt the checkout. So the call to action rather. So we have one here, one here. Let's see if we can delete this, delete this, delete this, hit add image. Brand images, we have this image. Yeah, this is not too ideal. I mean, this is decent for like a side type image. This is not, the most ideal part. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. We can always add a different image. We're going to go ahead and type in here the workout fitness coach program, because that's the name of the product. We're going to decrease the font size, so we'll go something like a 36. We're going to take these reviews and move them up here, or the review icon. This is really, they're not reviews, but it's just simply an image. We'll take this and put it next to it, so it'll be something like here, and it will be placed right next to it with less of a gap, kind of like that. Let's see if, yep, we can set it up like this, which is not too bad. Let me go ahead and highlight this, change up the line height. So let me set up to 1.0, maybe 1.2. 1.2 is ideal. All right, let's set up a little bit of a gap, just so it looks a little more natural. There we go, something like that. Now, what we're gonna do is type in mobile personal training system. Okay, we'll take this, we'll edit the line height on this. So you could see how the line height is pretty drastic because there's a huge gap there. Just decrease that. I could even decrease that some more. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's ideal. Okay, so now I'm going to highlight this, turn it into that blue color that we've liked. Same thing with this, turn it into the blue color that we like earlier, and hit save. So once again, we're looking for an image here of the product. We'll get into it because we still, like I said, we still haven't fully developed this course section. We've created a basic kind of access to it, but we're going to need a little bit more. So you guys know I have over 300 different videos for my course. So I don't have a problem listing them. It's just, you know, it's all about the setup as to how I'll do it. So I could take, for example, a screenshot like this and kind of put it all together in the other clips. And these are going to be like thumbnails, right? So these are thumbnails. So I can take this, kind of push this like that, right? And I can always come to this portion later. What we'll do is we will kind of, let me go ahead and zoom in again. What we'll do is we're going to have to create some graphics around the outside look of the product, right? And that will help maintain the fullness when you put it on the actual screen. Very important. So what we're going to do is we'll create things like schedules, workout schedules. We have the workout videos. We have all that kind of stuff. So this stuff is very important. And that's why the course is going to run pretty deep. There's going to be a lot of content in it. And once again, we have this information: pre-built workout plans, ease of use, worry-free, easy access. And then what we'll do is grab some text here, and let's see what we can do here. Put this here. We'll type $9 per month, right? Or we could say $9. Yep, $9 per month was $19.99, right? We can also put a line through this, so it looks something like that. $9 per month, order now. We can put this, let's see, does this have, let's see how this looks when we place it like this. Yeah, it's okay. It's not ideal. It doesn't look clean. I'll get rid of this. If it doesn't look good, I'm not going to keep it. So I have no interest in keeping something that does not look good. Let's get rid of this. Let's keep this on Oswald font. Let's keep this on Oswald font. And we will get rid of that spacer. This spacer is really not relevant. So we'll get rid of this. There we go. Okay. Now that that's taken care of, we will hit edit the style of this button, make it a blue button, get rid of our border. So in our case, the border size is going to be 0 pixels. We're going to add a border radius. We're also going to expand the button to the full width, kind of like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to write here, all right, we'll type in cancel any time. And by highlighting this, let's go ahead and take this, let's italicize it and make it smaller. So we can go with like 20 font, just like that. Okay, now this part is kind of taken care of. We're still waiting on an image that we're going to have to create, but we're still adding some more context to what the product is, right? So meal planning, achieve weight loss goals, improve health. We are going to have to actually get some products created for the meal planning section. However, it's not that bad. Why the fitness? I should actually change the name, to be 100% honest with you. Mobile personal trainer, the workout fitness coach program. Why is the workout fitness coach program? Here it is. Why the fitness program is ideal for you? Question mark. Pre-built workout plans, ease of use, worry-free access. Let's go over here. Affordable cost. Or actually, we'll type in cost. 30 cents per day. Ease of use. What else? And we'll add one more. We'll type in here predetermined daily workout schedule. Okay, ease of use. All right, so that's a good stack right there. With this image, we'll center it, right? Let's go ahead and make this text capitalized, excuse me. Which, by the way, you can always go back and fix later. But once again, an image should fit here. So now that that's taken care of, we can even add some before and afters. So once again, it's ideal that you add your own before and afters. Like, for example, if you're selling a coaching program, if you're selling a course, there should be some testimonials on there to prove that it works. Like, I'll give you an example. So for some of my courses that I have guides on like how to make money during a certain thing, I obviously have to be able to make money doing it before I sell the course, or else it wouldn't make sense. It would be complete waste of time, money, energy for everybody. So what I'll do is I'll show screenshots of my own sales or videos of my own sales or my own earnings. So like for something like this, it's personal training related, we'll have some before and afters. So let me go ahead and handle that. Okay, so I just created this kind of graphic, but I'm envisioning a different way that it will be presented. So I'm going to work on that right now in front of you guys. So here I'm creating a container, right, with a single column. And I'll take this image and I'll put it inside of it. And what I'll do is I'll kind of minimize this, like make it a little bit smaller, just so it's a little more defined, right? And what I'll do is I'll move this upward. And then I'll take something like this and I'll set this up as one column, okay? And when I set up this column, what I need to do is I want to set up a border. And it will be like a shadow border. But what I want to do is I want to set this up as a two kind of, or kind of like a column. I want one column with multiple, or excuse me, a block with multiple columns in it, right? So I'm going to take this, for example, place this here, and place this here. I might have to figure out like a third benefit or something like that goes here, but I'll set this up, and I'll set up the same thing here. So like a shadow type border, outer shadow. And what we'll do is it'll be an outer shadow as well. And then what we'll do is we'll move this upward. Then we'll go to column here, and we'll start making this go above. So if you see here, I want my background color to be white, and I want it to take a little bit of this actual image, right? So I'm moving it upwards, kind of like this, to take parts of that image. I might have to actually move it down just like a little bit, right? So something like this, make it perfect. And then I could take this and do the exact same with it. So I'm going to go here, maybe about there, make sure it's in white, and there you go. You have an example. I might have to increase the size of this. We'll see. Let's see here. So let's take this, increase the size, make it a little bit cleaner, and bring this upward. But you can kind of see where this is going. I'll hit save, and it looks a little bit cleaner to me, at least. And it's kind of like starting to kind of come together. We'll increase the size of this, because what's the point of making it small since everything is going to get bigger? So I'll just, instead of making this 3 columns, set it up for 1 and increase the font size to, let's say, 90. Then I'll take this, increase the line height just like that. And once again, these dummy texts here will be filled. So with something, I don't know what they will be, but we'll figure it out. And so far, we kind of have a good setup here. We'll set this up like that, and there we go. So that's one section right here. We have another section here. I still not 100% sure about this section, but we'll hit save. It's a good start. And now I'm going to have to make officially a graphic that goes perfect for here. So I'm ready. So let's go ahead and work on that behind the scenes. All right, guys. So I wanted to do a update. It is the next day now. I went to bed pretty early, and I worked on this for about 2 hours. So keep in mind, from the very start I created this website to now, up until this point, which I'll show you the work we've done, it's been about 2 hours, and I'm recording at the same time. So you get a glimpse, an idea of how easy it is to work with this software. So I want to show you now what I've done so far. So I have my title on this landing page. I've created the graphics. And by the way, yes, within the 2 hours, I created all graphics that you're seeing here, from backgrounds to text. I created these graphics here, these movable graphics here. As you could see, I created this section here. I think this section really showcases the product a little bit better, right? So people get an idea. Here's like a little benefits section or features: meal planning, achieve weight loss goals, improve health, with some text, by the way. And all this text was generated by the AI, so internal AI. So whenever I click on something, I can click this little AI button, and I can click, expand, generate, shorten, generate text, and I can click on the tonality that I'm looking for. Okay, so I can look here. Here is a headline with also, yet again, another graphic, which you guys saw. Here we have some more features. And then here I created this little cool graphic that does kind of like spin over time, where people can access meal plans within the course, which is pretty awesome. And then here we have another section where we're explaining to the customers, for this on the sales page, that we're coaching them through every single thing. And of course, we're going to update the videos and things. Then we have here a testimonial section. Now this section, once again, is just for the video purposes, so I can show you how to do this. This human being, this guy, obviously he didn't purchase our course. I'm showing you how to set up the course. When you're an expert and you're good at what you do, you have to have either your own testimonials, right? So you're showing your own success, or you're showing other people's success because you're the expert, right? So for example, if I'm teaching people on how to code an application, I have to show them an example of an application that I've created. We're not in the business of getting rich quick or some garbage like that. We're actually promoting courses that are legitimate and that actually do help people. Okay, so this is once again just for a show. Like, I'm just showing you how to set this up. Here we created another section that gives like a summary of what's being offered. Okay, more than just videos, it's your personal trainer, on demand, 24/7 login access to your specialized workout program. We got some text here, and then here, once again, we have the same call to action. So if you remember this call to action we have here, we have the exact same one here. The only difference is I grabbed this text from the homepage, if you guys remember the homepage, and then of course the frequently asked questions section. I'm going to go over just real quick these different parts and how I made them. So here, this is the heading. So all I have to do is this widget. I just drag and drop the heading. Okay, so I click, drag, drop, boom, done. All right, if you got this far into the video, into the course, into the free lesson, then you probably already know this. Okay, this is an image. So I just literally go over here, image, boom, setup. The way you get this split is that when you add a block, right, you see how it's split down the middle like this? When you add a block, right, you take your mouse, hit add block, empty block, it's all one thing. You click on it, and then it will say column. You go over here and click column, and you select 2. See how it's split now? That's how you do it. Okay, and if you want the column to stretch full width, you go over here, hover your mouse over block, you go to resize container, full width, boom. Okay, you guys are going to be expert website designers after this course because this is a professional design. You know, this is absolutely a professional design. If I went out there and I paid somebody to build this for me, they would charge me at least $1,200 to $1,700 just for this page, okay? But you guys can do it absolutely for free by watching this lesson. So this kind of content was just image, okay? Video I created on Canva, put it together, and this video that you're seeing right here, which is a GIF, is actual content in our course. So it's an example of what's inside. So I'll use the example with the app again. If you're teaching people how to build an app, you want to show how your app is working, how it's being built, some code, some whatever, okay? If you're selling a course on self-improvement, life improvement, you show pictures, you show videos of what you've been doing, how you've been changing your life, how you've been changing other people's lives, etc. We already went over headlines, of course, buttons. So this button here, you just hit the plus, you scroll down, you look for the right one. Button is right here at the top. You just click, drag, and drop. And of course, to edit the button the way it looks, you click on it, you hit edit styling, and you play around with the styling. So in my case, I have an orange border, but I have no pixels on it. So the border is not visible. If I go like this, you can see how visible it is. Okay? You want to make everything look clean, everything look orderly. In fact, to make things more clean, this order now button, I'm going to change the font. I'm going to click text style. I'm going to click Oswald. And boom. Now I could go ahead and change the font size. So let's say I want a little bit bigger of a font, a little bit smaller, whatever the case may be, right? I can change up the padding of the button. So make it a little skinnier like this, you know, make it look a little smaller, and I could play around with how it looks. So it's all up to me how I want to set it up. But you guys get the point now as to how it looks. Okay, I could add a shadow. Let's add an outer shadow. Boom. All right. Looks pretty good. We'll add a darker shadow. There you go. So that's an example. And I'm always saving my progress as I'm working. Okay. Next, this section here, we created a column, or excuse me, a block with 3 columns. So 1, 2, 3. Remember, when we hit add block, you click empty block. Okay. And you got 3 columns. If you don't want an empty block and you want content pre-built in it, that's fine too. You just go to add block and you look for what segment you want. You know, you don't have to do too much design work. It's all there built in for you. So if you want something like this, guess what? Boom, it's built in for you. I personally do not. You know, I don't need it. So I'm just going to delete this stuff because I've already done the hard work building my site. And it's not hard per se, but I've done the actual work, the labor, got that part done. This section, once again, it's just literally 3 columns. And it looks like a lot more because these are just images stacked on top, right? So they're stacked and they're moving, so it looks really good, okay? This is an image. There's no text here. This is an image. This is an image. These are images, okay? This section here, title, once again, you guys already know how to do that. This is an image, text, and once again, same thing. This is an icon section. You could see here we have an added text, so I'll show you how to add the text. So, for example, 30 cents cost per day. I'll click on this, right? Copy. Go to my AI, right? Click on the part that I want written, right? I'll highlight what I want written. You don't have to highlight, but I'll hit generate text and I'll paste this. 30 cents cost per day for the fitness coaching workout program. Just like that. I'll hit submit. But before I do, it's just a habit. I like to copy this because just in case if it doesn't go through or I click something else, I can make sure it produces. But there we go. So this is a written text. I could do the same thing here. So I could type in ease of use. So I'll take this, highlight it, and I'll type in ease of use, and easy access to personal training content in our fitness coaching program, just like that. Okay, and I'll hit submit. Sometimes we don't know what content to write on our site. It's all done for us. So I'll hit save. So this text is saved. So if we read it, it says our fitness coaching programs offers an exceptional user experience with seamless navigation and convenient access to our personalized training content. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced fitness enthusiast, our platform is designed to cater to your needs with an easy-to-follow instructions and resources. Stay motivated and achieve your fitness goals with our program's user-friendly interface and comprehensive training materials. Perfect. I could not have write that any better. That's why the AI is so beneficial. All right. So same thing. I'll go here, copy this, right? Select here, highlight this, and hit generate text. Paste this here. And let me fix my spelling real quick. Schedule. Yeah, I got to fix that. But then I'll go here for our fitness coaching program. And I want to state as well, the spelling doesn't really matter because the AI understands what I'm trying to say, and it will write that for me in a proper way. Okay? So I could go over here. I could click the AI and click improve, and it will find a way to improve it for me. So scheduled daily workout routine already. I'll just remove the word already. Routine set, already set, excuse me. So already set, all right? And then what I'm going to do is I'll make this capital, all capital case. So in order for me to do that, I'll just type this stuff in here, right? We have headers. There's so many things you could do. Remove font style, linking, text link, text color. But anyways, right? So I'll just retype certain parts of this, and that's just part of the game, right? So I'll do that in my free time, and it will get fixed. Same thing here, pre-built workout plans. Okay, so I'll highlight. First of all, I got to fix that back to what it was. So let me go here and hit undo. Okay, and this I'll highlight. Go over here to the AI, generate text, paste, and I'll write for our fitness coaching program to provide optimal training intensity, right? So I'll go over here, I'll hit submit, all right? And it will go out there, it will create it for me. So there you go, perfect. All right, I'll scroll down now. Now what was next? This section here is just an image, okay? And it's my way of showcasing another aspect of the product that the customer is getting. Here we have the headline, which is just, once again, text, and then the background. In order to change the background, you just go to block, okay, and you select the file of the background you want. So this is, for example, here, different images. If I wanted this to be my background, I could select this one, for example. Now, I personally don't, but that's an example, right? I think this personally doesn't look clean if it looks like this. I mean, you could do it. To me, it's not something of interest, in my opinion. I like how it all flows together in terms of the colors. So I'll go over here to my, where is it here? My brand images, I believe. No, not my brand images. My other folder. Okay, I'll select here, and there we go. Okay, so there it is. All right. And once again, this is why it's important to, at least in my opinion, you guys could do what you want, but set up folders so it's easy for you to go to the right place where you're placing your images. This section here doesn't have a background. I'll just make this fully white. So I'll go to playground, or it's not playground, background, and I'll make it fully white, just like that, okay? So image, text, logo, image, whatever, right? Super basic. Image here, boom, background. This section is just literally a bunch of icon sections here, okay, with text. If you guys wanted to do stuff like countdown timers, you could do that as well. There's nothing stopping you. You have text, buttons, heading, container, icon section, progress bar, okay, spacer, accordion, separator, form, booking, membership login, quiz survey, checkout, store, donation, order summary, gallery, slider, social media, video, audio, blog, code, countdown for the countdown timer, portfolio, map, embed, search. There's so much you can do here, okay? And then here, finally, image, content, order button. That's it. It's super, super simple. Frequently asked questions. To do this, frequently asked questions, you hit the plus. You go to the accordion, wherever it was here. Let me see here. Accordion, boom. You drag it, drop it. Okay, I don't need it, so I'm not going to click on it, but you get here what you could do. So you have your settings, you have your tab name, and then the content within the tab. All right, and the AI can create the content within the tab as well. So it's that simple. All right, so now that this is the sales page and this is created, let's go over here to the home page, and now let's finally set up a blog. Okay, so let me show you how to set up a blog. So I'm going to put my blog right here. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to go over here to pages, and if you don't have a blog section right here, guys, you're going to click add new, and you're going to find the blog here. Okay, and you're going to click on it. In my case, I'm already using it, so it's not going to be here. You can't add more than one blog sector, okay? But I can have more than one blog post, obviously. That's why I have this section here. Anytime I want to add a blog post, I click add post, title, content, category, okay, and then you hit update. I can't hit update right now because I need to add a category. So before you even start writing the content, you go in, you add the category that you want. Sometimes you have categories. So for example, I have fitness as a category. You set up your own categories by literally just starting to write the category of your blog post. Okay, and then here we have 3 blogs. So each of these blogs I already created an image for. So you could see here this image of this guy that looks shirtless. If I click here, boom, that's the image, all right? And then here would go the content. You could set up the content with the power of AI. So you literally just click, AI, generate text, write the text, write your own text in there as well. We'll have a separate segment in the future on creating the blog, but literally this whole entire channel, the Cash Cow Niche Sites channel, has content on blogging. We have paid courses. We have free videos. I even have a guide on... let me just whip it out here. Cash Cow Niche Sites. Let me go to our website. If you go here, we have a guide on how to write a ChatGPT-4 blogging masterclass. How to write a blog post. Okay. We have all kinds of different content. Blog checklist. Okay. All this kind of stuff is here to help you go one step further in terms of this content. So I created these 3 blog posts. First thing I'm going to do is this right here with this little clock means that it's scheduled. I personally don't want to schedule them. I'll just publish them right here, right now. So I'll go over here. I'll go to date, click on this, and I'll just hit the now button. All right, and then I'll hit update. It might look like it doesn't have a photo, but it does. Okay, I'll go over here, go to settings. Okay, and we have date now. Boom, hit update. Then I'll go back. All right, and I'll view my blog, and it looks like this. So you see now the different photos? It looks great, doesn't it? Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is that's my blog section. If anybody clicks on my blog page, that's where they're going to end up going. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm in the website preview. If somebody clicks on this button right here, they're taken here. Okay. Now we can edit this section and we can edit this section by simply just going into our pages, going into our blog, okay, and hit edit header and sidebar button. Like this. So I can make this, for example, white, right? If I really wanted to. I can remove the word blog here. Okay, I can delete this. So I'll click on this, I'll hit delete, just like that. I can set up this block as a background. So I'll go to the backgrounds, I'll select this background, and boom. So I got a whole blog right there, right? And I have this spacer. Let me go ahead and delete this spacer. And now I have content right here. This is what my header would look like, and I'll just title it whatever I want to call it. So I could call it fitness, coaching, blog, something like that, right? It depends on what you want to call it. Obviously, you have a name to your brand, you have a name to your website, whatever you want to go with. I'll hit save, right? I'll hit edit again, And I just want to grab a little bit of some distance there, and so it looks kind of neutral. And then you can add your own text here. You can delete stuff, and any kind of stuff you want to add, you add it with your widgets, okay? You add any of your widgets here, all right? So now that that's taken care of, we'll hit save, and we can look at how it looks now with the new header, and boom, look how clean it looks. Okay, it looks great. So now that that's taken care of, I want to have my blog post on my actual homepage. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click Add Block, Empty Block. So just like this. All right, so I have 2 of them. I don't need to. I'll just keep 1. Now what I'll do is I'll go hit Add Widget, and I'll scroll down to Blog. Click, drag, and drop. Okay, now these are the 3 blog posts that I have. I'm going to click Show Post Image and Description, just like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it. So first off, I'm going to add share buttons, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I want all my share buttons, and those share buttons are right here. And I'm going to click here on the sizing or the layout. So it says medium size. This is medium. This is large. This is masonry. Okay? I'm going to have masonry because that's just the style I like. You guys can go with whatever style you want to go with. Block here, I'm going to go with the background. Select my background that I like, and boom. All right, so that's one of my backgrounds. And I have, obviously, my testimonials section. Let me go ahead and clean that up there. All right, and then we have the program, and then this is where the logos kind of change. I can go here. I can delete this, right? And look at how well built this site is. So if I go over here, hit save, right, we have 1 page left, which is our Contact Us. Now, this Contact Us, to me, looks kind of ugly with this header, so I can go over here, change this color, or change the style. I'll select the style that I like. I want it to fit. I'll highlight this, get in touch, keep it black or something like that, just so that it's visible, it's readable, and make it a little bit smaller. So I'll get rid of this spacer, for example, just like that, and get rid of this secondary text that is a white color. Okay, get rid of this banner that I just created by mistake. And all you have to do is go in and edit your own information. So change your own location, change the size of your zoning, whatever you want to do. Contact Us, hit save. Now you might be asking me, well, how do I actually know who sends an email? Well, that's the thing. So you're going to go over here, you're going to hit edit fields. You're going to change up the fields, the name, the email, whatever. Like whatever information you want them to submit. So if you want them to submit their phone number, you add a field, you look for the proper field, or you can just put a text field and they'll put it in there. So phone, etc. This is what they're going to give you, the information they're going to give you. After that, you have edit settings, all right? Edit settings. So here we have this section where you're essentially going to send notification to, and you're going to write your email here. So if my email is Jimmy5@gmail, I'll just type in @gmail.com. And every single time somebody sends me a message, they'll get emailed. Okay, Jimmy5 will get emailed saying, hey, somebody emailed you, check out the message. Okay, and you get to read the message in your email. That same message will be visible here in the contacts section. So if you click contacts, if you look here, this is empty. It will have a whole section. I could actually show you what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and go into our preview and let's send a test email so I can show you what I mean. So we're going to hit Contact Us. We're going to write some gibberish here, okay? And we're going to write @gmail.com. So notice, DF is the name, subject is these letters, and this. So I'll hit send message. It says thank you. So it means that I've sent it. Now, as the website owner, I could see who sent me my messages by going to contacts, and boom, we have our first contact. If I want to see the message of that contact, I just go over here to messages, and there are the messages, okay? You see how it's going to be like a list format. The name, the email, the subject, the message. If you own, like, for example, a website where you're going to provide support or whatever the case may be, you can come look at this, or you can just have it sent to your email automatically, all the messages. And that makes life 10 times easier, okay? So just like I showed you. Now, your contact section is everybody who's interacted with you. It's not just people who simply just emailed you. It's everyone who got in contact with you, whether they bought a product, whether they emailed you, whether whatever, okay? So it's going to all show up here, customers and people alike. So what you can do is, how do you know the difference between somebody who's a customer and somebody who's questioning? So you can go over here into your Contact Us page, and you could set up a tag. So how do you set up a tag? You go here to Edit Settings, right? And you'll see something here that says Tag Contacts on New Message. And you can tag them by writing, like, for example, inquiry, right? So inquiry, so INQ with a dot. So that means they're inquiring. So anybody who sends me a message through here will see a tag on the screen that will say inquiry, so I know that they sent me an email. So for example, I can write more gibberish here, just as an example, more gibberish here, and hit send message. The message will be sent. It will say thank you, right? Then I'll go here into my contacts, and boom, we got our second contact. But notice in my tags, it says INQ, so I know this person inquired. Now, in the same notion, if somebody buys a product, I go to my store, and whenever I create a product, right, I can give them a tag as well. So if you notice here, it says tag customers who bought this product. So whenever I create a product, whatever I want to call the product, I can hit add, and then I add a new tag for that product. So it's possible some contact could have more than one tag because maybe they inquired and they purchased, or maybe they just purchased and they didn't inquire. Maybe, whatever the case may be. So you're tagging your customers because you want to know who is who and what they did and what they're offering. So for example, if somebody has bought a product from you before and they want to buy another one of your products, and they're inquiring, you'll see the first product they bought as the tag. You just have to set up the proper tag for it. And then you'll see the inquiry tag, and you'll say, okay, this person already bought from me. They're asking for a discount for another product. Why don't I provide that for them? That's an example of a situation where it might help. But all your emails, everything like that will come in your inbox when you set everything up properly, just the way I showed you, okay? So this is a perfect website for a course. And you can have members and you can have people working with you on there, and you could do a whole lot and produce a lot of income. Every time you sell a product, it will show up in your store. Now, speaking of the store, let's go ahead and go into our dashboard. This is where the sales come in. So you're going to measure your sales here, every order, every money, all that. Now, how do you actually get the money? How does it go to your bank account? Well, you have a settings button here, and you have a payment section. Now, I personally like to use either PayPal, Stripe, Braintree. I mean, there's so many. You can read them. You have Mercado Pago, you have Molly, you have TwistPay, you have Klarna, you have PayFast, you have Authorize.net, Paystack, PayU, MobilePay, Afterpay, PayPal, 2Checkout, Braintree, and Stripe. There are so many forms, and you have bank transfer, okay? You just have to go in. Let's say you select Stripe. Boom, you create the connection. Now let's talk about actually creating the product so the payment goes through after you've connected your own payment processor. So you're going to go over here to your store, and you're going to have to actually create the product. Now remember, we have a few things already done, because if you didn't do this already, you need to. Course content. Every single one of these pages should be protected. How do you protect your pages? When you go to your course content page, which these are the pages that your customers are going to see as the course, you're going to hit website settings, you're going to go to page SEO, and you're going to click page info. Then you're going to make sure it says members only. I know we went over this before, but we'll go over it again. Choose membership group. Select paid course students. Hit confirm. Hit save. Okay? You go over here, you do the same thing. All right? You hit the settings button, you hit show settings, course content, and you make sure page access is members only. Now, by the way, the only reason why I have a group called course content, I've already made a video on this earlier into the video, but course content is the page group that I created. It's like a folder, okay? So this means nothing if I don't do this part. So members only, okay? Choose member group, paid course students. Hit save, all right? Settings button here, show settings. I have to make sure it's the proper members only, right? Members only. Boom, paid course students. The only reason why I have a group here called pages and course content is because I created a folder called course content just for organization purposes. Could I have had all these pages right here in the pages section? Sure, but to me, that's disorganized. I like to have it a little bit more organized, right? So if I was to hit website preview right now, it wouldn't let me preview the website because I haven't logged in, okay? I have to log in and be a customer of the product to actually be accessed into it. So how do I become a customer? Let me show you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to store. Okay, so let me show you now how to create the actual product. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on products and you're going to click add product. Now you have to discern what product are you selling. If you're simply selling an ebook, then you go to digital product. If you're selling a service, you go to service. If you're selling a membership, you go to membership. In our case, we're selling a course, which is technically a membership. Now, we might not charge monthly for it. We might charge monthly. It depends on what we want to do, but we're going to put that here. So let's talk about how we set this up. So I'll go to membership and I'll click on this and I can set this up, let's just say for $9 a month. And I'll call this the fitness coaching program. Okay, just like that. You guys can call it whatever you want to call it. And if you need the power of AI to help you, great. This is the description area. You can go ahead and literally use the drag and drop editor, add widgets, etc. to build your description. But remember, we created a whole sales page for this. Now that that's taken care of, guys, the fitness coaching program, the price, if you want a subscription, you click subscription. Obviously, you have to have a certain plan for a subscription. And once again, what a subscription is when you're charging on a consistent basis, monthly, weekly, whatever. Okay, if you want it one-time payment, then you just do what I'm doing now. And then now you're selecting the member group. The member group, we've already created the member group. Okay, if you hit select, I have a paid course students member group. If you skip this part, you don't know how to create a member group, I'll show you in just a second. We already went over this, but 1 second. All right, I'll show you guys in just a minute. Custom thank you page. The custom thank you page is the first page that the customer needs to reach when they actually pay. So what is that? That's the course content. So I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to select the page group of course content, right? Remember when I created this for organization purposes. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select the first page, course content. Boom. Okay. And I'm going to hit select just like that. And then I'm going to hit save changes. Now, first off, this is saved. Now what happens is when somebody purchases this product for $9, they're going to be taken to the content page. And they're going to be able to even log into the page because remember what this is. This is a membership product which forces you to register at checkout. And in terms of register, what does that mean? Create an email, password, etc. And that's the whole point of a course. We're not going to open up our course to the world where they could just access it for free. People need to access it with a password and an email. So here I have that. Now, back to what I wanted to say, which is let me show you how to create a group, a membership group, so that you guys can make sure the right people are accessing your product. So how do you do this? You go to contacts, and then you go over here to members. Now, by default, you're going to see all members and basic members. You have to create another group called paid course members. You don't have to call it paid course. You could name it you could name it whatever you want to name it. It could be the name of the product. If you're planning to sell multiple products on your site, then it would be ideal to name it that way. And once you do that, you're going to have a group. And then when you go back to the product, anybody who purchases it, you have to make sure that's the right group selected. Okay? So you go to select, you make sure it's the right group. And that's how it works. So basically, whenever somebody pays for the product, they'll be automatically zoned into this group. And really the way that works is they're going to be, if they're in the group, then they're going to have the credentials or the allowance that the website system will allow them to actually see the content. Just because they have an email and password doesn't mean they'll be able to access the course. They could get access denied because they're not in the right group. So let's say you're selling 4 different courses. Each course member is going to be in a different group. If there's a customer who purchases 2-3 courses from you, then what they can do is they're going to be in different groups, but all together. So let's say Ricky buys course 1, 2, and 3. They're going to be in groups 1, 2, and 3. And it's smart to name the group after the course that you have. In my case, there's only one course on the website, so it's going to be paid course students. You understand? So now that that's taken care of, we have to actually connect the payment button to the actual product. So how do we do that? First, we go to the landing page. Then we select on the button. And when we select the button, we go over here and we have to route it to a checkout. So how do we route it to a checkout? We have to create the checkout page. So first, we have 2 options. We can create a whole entire page for checkout, or we can create a pop-up. I personally like pop-up, and I'll create a pop-up. and I'll go over here to checkout, and I'll select any one of these. So let's just say I pick this one, okay? So the pop-up will look something like this, but I have to determine what product is going to be in the pop-up. So I'll click on the pop-up, and I'll click products, and I'm going to select the product. So in my case, I only have one product, the fitness coaching program. I'll select it and I'll hit confirm. And now that that's the case, you notice how this automatically turned to $9 and says bank transfer, because this is the only type of payment method that I have available. Does that make sense? And I'll hit save. In your case, if you connected PayPal, you could do PayPal. If you've connected Stripe, whatever, it will all show here. And then we're asking them for their full name, email address, password. And notice the reason why it's asking for the password to set a password is because we selected members, which is important, or membership for the course section. If we were selling a physical product, they don't necessarily need to set a password. It's an option, but for a course, you have to, because how else are they going to log in and access the content? So this is the pop-up, all right? And I'm going to click show on. And I'm not going to click any of these because I don't want this to automatically pop up. What I want to do is I want to have somebody click the button and then have the pop-up show. Does that make sense? So the pop-up settings, first thing, I'm going to change the name of the pop-up. I'm going to call this the Fitness Coaching Payment Pop-up. Okay, just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave everything else. And I'm going to hit save, just like this. And I'm going to hit X. Now, if I click on this menu and I go to pop-ups, there my pop-up is. So now all I have to do is connect my button to my pop-up. So I'll go over here and select the button. I'll hit edit link, and I will go to pages, pop-up, and I will select the proper pop-up. In my case, I only have one pop-up that actually matters. These other ones don't matter. This is the only pop-up that matters. I'll hit select, and I'll hit save. Now, if I go ahead and view my website and test it, and I click order now, boom, the pop-up appears. You see how that works? So very simple. Once the people pay, what's going to happen? They hit complete order. It's going to take them to the thank you page. Remember when we set the thank you page, which is in our store? I'll show you how we set it once again. So products, the product here, we scroll down, and boom, custom thank you page. That is this page. This Bodyweight exercises content page is the exact same page as the very first page that I showed you how to create inside the course. So course content, this page. This is the exact page they're going to be taken to. And this page has all the links, everything that they need to get access to in order to access the course. So they'll be able to access the other pages that we've created from this page. Okay, as long as they all have the same menu, which once again, we showed how to do that. So you guys have literally achieved greatness today. You've achieved how to create a course from absolute scratch, a members area from absolute scratch, how to create a landing page from absolute scratch. The amount of knowledge you took from this video is thousands of dollars, literally thousands of dollars without exaggeration. Not only can you do this for yourself, but you can do this as a service for other people as well. The nice thing about Rocket Web Builder is that it's very easy for beginners to learn how to use. It takes literally minutes to get comfortable with. As opposed to other platforms, you're talking like WordPress, very uncomfortable. You have to pay for extra software. And speaking of money, when you talk about other platforms, right? Other course building platforms, you have to pay extremely high fees for those platforms. And sometimes that can be very difficult on a beginner seller or a beginner business owner. All right, guys. So if you set up your landing pages as clean as we set them up today and you did everything here properly, you guys are going to blow the competition out the water. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure, by the way, leave your comments down below if you have any questions. I'll see you soon.